Foxcatcher and American Sniper, both getting a lot of Oscar buzz, but
Yeah.
they're both based off of real life stories.
Mm-hmm.
How do you research and prepare to play a role of an actual person?
Well, with Nancy Schultz, who I play in Foxcatcher, and with Taya Kyle in this, I got to meet both of them, and that's obviously invaluable. Taya is such an amazing woman and so open, and we Skyped initially because I live in London, and then when I got to LA to start shooting, she came and we spent time together, and she's so generous with making me understand what their relationship was like. And a lot of this film, scene by scene, was scenes that actually happened, so she could tell me how she was feeling on that day, and she was really my oracle. That's if you can meet the person. And then of course there's tons of source material on Chris and people in the Navy SEALs, and with Foxcatcher, again, I just spoke to the real people.
With this story is that not everything is completely resolved, so it's kind of lets people kind of still read about everything that the turmoil and the lawsuits and everything that's still going on.
I know.
With this, and I think a lot of people might be more interested in the story. Is that what kind of attracted you to this role?
What really attracted me to the role before I'd even read the script was the fact that Clint Eastwood was directing it, and that it was starring Bradley Cooper, who I think is such a fantastic actor. And I think regardless of what it was, I would have jumped and done the film, but for those two reasons. And then when I read the part, obviously there's such depth to it. Their relationship is really at the heart of this story, and although there is a lot of combat and war, at its essence, it's a human story about this man and the dichotomy of living with feeling that overwhelming need to serve and protect and trying to raise a family. So it was just such a great project on every level that I couldn't possibly even contemplate not doing it.
It's been a big year for Clint Eastwood. He had Jersey Boys and this movie as well too. Was he filming them simultaneously, or?
No, this film we finished shooting in June.
Okay.
So it's in typical Clint fashion. When it's good, it gets rushed through. Jersey Boys I think he did last year, but it's pretty impressive for an octogenarian to have two films out in the same year. I don't know many people who are capable of that. His work ethic and stamina, and he's just the most prolific and incredible man. I'm so honoured to have worked with him.
Let's talk about Bradley Cooper. You guys are doing another movie.
Have done another movie.
Two movies.
We did two back to back.
And tell me about working with him.
He's the best. He's the greatest, easiest, funniest, most charismatic person you'll ever meet. Even when he was doing this really heavy role, and heavy in all sorts of ways, he put on 40 pounds of muscle, and it was serious and emotional. He still managed to remain to be the kindest and loveliest person. So I've not only had the experience of working with one of our greatest actors, but also made an incredibly good friend.
Let's change topic for the movies. Your mom had worked with David Bowie. The David Bowie exhibit is huge right now in Chicago. Are you going to get a chance to be able to go and check it out?
I hope. I'll have to find out what time it finishes, because I'm just here for literally today and tonight, and then I leave. But I missed it in London, and I'm desperate to see it. I really am.
Have you ever met him?
No, I haven't. I wish I had. I'm the biggest David Bowie fan. I've met Iman, and she was spectacular.
You also filmed a movie here in Chicago.
Yes. A very small movie that kind of came and went. But yeah.
Tell me what you remember about our city, or what you loved about our city.
The food and the music. It was extraordinary. The hot dogs. I can't remember the name of the place I went to, but there was a queue around the block, and it was sweltering heat, and I queued for this hot dog that was amazing. And and then I had to learn to speak from Chicago, and I had a husband called Harvey.
Tell me, what are some Chicago? How is someone from Chicago?
Chicago. I can't do it anymore. I just remember I used to go, hey, Harvey. That was my husband's name. That's all.